not be surprised to see that. Like a 3-3 golden cap, Ali? Would that be inaccurate? I think that would be reasonably accurate.
Yeah, Granary is typically a pretty slow-paced game. In the final, I think the end result was 2-1, so it might be more low-scoring, but I think a golden cap is definitely possible.
Well, after our predictions, obviously we're going to be able to see exactly what's going to happen. Epsilon eSports, the reigning champions from 3 seasons already, going up against Team Broder, the runners-up from last season, in an expected very, very close game. Blue versus red here in ETF2L, week number 3 of Season 15, powered by Blackout Gaming. And with this first middle going live, anything can happen. But with Jukebox going down first, Epsilon takes first blood.
Yeah, that bombing soldier jukebox really didn't do much, and it really allowed Epsilon to come across the point, and they're just in the corner now, destroying the rest of the broder combo. Merlin managed to jump onto a scout's head, and actually for a first middle, this has been a massive roll. People are already saying good night broder, but I think it might be just first round nerves. Can I see? Yep, Numlock's going to head to spawn camp, his favourite occupation at the moment. The key's taken left side, the combo's taken right side. They're going to keep this in complete lockdown. One scout's capping. Can a soldier get out? Soldier gets piped instantly. The heavies managed to get out on right side, but he gets taken down quickly. This is going to be such a fast round. The sniper and a scout have managed to get out, but the Uber's popped now, and wow, definite first round for Epsilon, sorry.
7 frags on the board for Mike.
Wow.
That took them 1 round, and Mike playing soldiers the entire time. He already has 7 frags on the board. And Epsilon really shooting out of their starting position, saying, Broder, you guys are here to fight. We're here to smash you. That is what we're going to do today. Broder only took 1 frag, I believe, that entire round. Got spawn camped and everything. That's what Epsilon does. That's what they always do. But going on to the second middle, everything is back to square one. And Broder's going to have to focus up, see what they can do. The scouts are being tagged. That's very well played. Bash and Shocky both a little bit hurt. But with Rib only on 20 HP, they're a little bit out of position. Broder's going to go for this, though. It's a 1-for-1 exchange so far. Jukebox, Bash, both have dropped to the floor. And now here we go. Epsilon is going to see if they can put some pressure, but the frags are going Broder's way. And unless Numlock can actually shoot it up here, nothing is going to happen as he drops to the floor. And Broder, like they lost the first one, they're going to take the second one in quite a convincing fashion.
Yeah, that soldier bomb in from Jukebox came again, but again it was ineffective, and I think they'll be looking to do something differently this round. After a few seconds in that middle, both teams had 1 down, but Epsilon managed to play with their scouts all around their medic and demo, whereas Broder were a lot more split up, and together Epsilon just walked onto point and really just picked the Broder players off.
And something that Broder doesn't do as aggressively as Epsilon does is immediately go to last and try and get some stuff done. Obviously, Numlock died very late. There's a little bit of a window there, but Broder going to do what I've seen them do on stream quite a bit, which is push from the top with double scout. Zebasai goes down, but Mike gets shot down as well. And double scout so far not really being very effective. And Epsilon, they seem to hold on. Shocky gets a double. Numlock's going to be able to pick one up as well. And Jukebox comes in, but a great surf there coming out from the French medic Knox. Maryland staying alive, though. He's all the way back, so it is not as detrimental as it could have been. But Broder definitely not going to be happy with that one.
Yeah, it was a pretty nice hold. The heavy came out late, and it really worked well for them. I think they got the forward spawn there, the Broder team, yeah, but they're getting forced back into the resup. I'm looking to see if anyone's hiding in there. No, they're not. I think Rib changed back. And yeah, they're going to be looking to push out into this middle now. It looks like Broder are coming forward, so they're going to want to hold. That heavy is getting spammed out there, but the soldier completely denied. The rest of Broder are too far back here, and they're not supporting their team. The Uber's popped, though, and that's actually quite bad, because the rest of Broder have managed to get completely out of the yard here. They've got no losses, and the Uber's faded now, and they really haven't gained much ground. They already had that mid by the time they Ubered, so this has been unfortunate for Epsilon. They've got that ground, but now Miralin's got his Uber, and it looks like Broder are going to want to push in from that right side again.
I don't like how aggressive Broder already is. Look, they're not buffed, Ali. I think that is the one thing clear I can see. Broder's not buffed. They only have slides, a little bit of health. They take Numlock, though. Uber's been forced. That is okay. If they can take one more, they can push on this. But remember, there's 450 HP of massive steel sitting in that yard. You cannot break through that easily. So again, exactly what Epsilon has done. Take the point with that Uber charge. The one thing difference is that Numlock is actually dead. So they're going to try and push through her alley. I'm not sure if they can manage to do it just yet. As soon as Epsilon is going to be able to hold that position, 95% alley, I think they're going to have this no problem.
Yeah, the whole Epsilon team went left. I'm surprised not one scout from Broder just went for a sneaky backup, because it would have completely taken back the Epsilon team. It doesn't matter, though, as the Uber from Broder has come out. They've managed to push the Epsilon back a bit, but not enough, and Epsilon have that Uber in 10 seconds. We're going to have a bit of a stalemate here for now. I think Rib is going to set his stickies up. Maybe a soldier hiding and try and force that Uber out. Epsilon hopefully won't make the same mistake they did pushing mid, which was to force the Uber too early when they already had the push sorted. They're going to come in from right this time, both soldiers bombing up. They do Uber, but Rib is caught out now, and they're going to take that demo down, but then Bibbin goes back down in return, but it's really not going to matter, and they're going to keep pushing, actually. Nice aggression. That soldier's going to go on top. No, he's backed out. They've got a second here. I think they should be happy with that. Nox won't have his Uber for another 12 seconds or so. This is definitely time for broder to push it to last if they will, if they want to, and there are a couple of players going aggressive, but the combo really isn't following up. And this is not going to be good. Mirrorlin separated. There's a soldier up top. There's a scout on the left. There's an M1 point. Surprisingly, Epsilon aren't going to push yet. Maybe they didn't realise how uncoordinated broder were. But I think they're just going to wait for their Uber, which is going to come in about 2 seconds. Mirrorlin should be sitting back of garage where he is now, which is good. So he can get out quite quickly.
And correct play, they've spotted them out. Uber's been forced, Ali. Yeah, actually, very well played here. They do get a little bit of damage onto Maryland there. 4 HP! This Latvian medic gets the hell out of there. Gears on last, and he's gonna try and have to defend against that one as Zebasai barely, and Jukebox was also trying to go for a backup. A lot of pressure so far across the point now. Epsilon players are dropping. 2 already. Nox and Bash go down. With Cookie going down, though, Mike is doing a very valuable job to his team. Bibbin winning the duel versus Shocky, but the most important part is still that the Latvian superhero Maryland has proven to be absolutely valuable to his team. He is still alive, all the way back, making sure that he doesn't die. He sat on the second forward spawn, waiting for a soldier to come back. He did not want to die, and now when he's back alive, he's going to make his way through to the other second point, and we're going to see, again, the same scenario as we saw about a minute and a half ago. An Uber versus no Uber push from top, with both scouts most likely. This time with Rib up there, though.
Yeah, nice slow push should come out. They've come out top, but they've not got any frags. Numlock does go down. If they can fall back and just chill with the rest of their team for a bit, pick up the heals and the spam, then that should go well for them. They've managed to take Shocky down, but Rib was overextending there. Debasai is the only one who actually goes down from broder, and if they pick off the remaining soldiers, this is going to be an easy round.
Yep, very monstrous round.
That was a really nice push.
Very monstrous round, obviously, from Epsilon that first time around, and broder not going as fast as they can, but broder doing the thing they always do. Make sure they have an advantage, and then push it hard. Unbelievably hard, and they're going to try and do the exact same on middle. Get a frag, and just go. Go all in, and try and win that. That's how they won the last middle, and Epsilon's going to have to be wary for that. Normally he's going to roll out through the right-hand side this time around. Let's see if that switches things up for Epsilon, Ali.
Yeah, Numlock's been considerably slower than Rib for the past few middles, but things are going considerably more slowly this week. Shocky gets picked off on the flank, but it's not a major pick. He does go down, though, and I think a soldier pick, specifically on Granary, is more valuable than a scout pick at the moment. Though the medic does now go down. Nice bomb there from Mike, takes him down. The pocket is quite surprising to see him going aggressive instead of gear, but wow. broder, just edging it. Shocky's the only one left alive. He's against...
He spawned. He's a late
spawner. I was going to say broder on 20 HP and 8 HP there, respectively. That was ridiculously
full health
close
Shocky
mid.
coming in at the last second. That would have been one heck of a middle from that guy if he would have just stayed out all that time. And it's going to spawn now, and again, it's a middle where we could have expected a lot. I'm going to assume Maryland has gone crit streak. I'm going to switch over to him now. Yeah, he has gone crit streak. And Maryland does this a lot, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't really know how broder plays, Epsilon is gonna know this, right? They're gonna know that there's a massive chance for them to be running crit streak right now, and it is 75% already onto Maryland. Keep your eyes open, because usually Zebasai gets that crit streak, not Rib here on this second point. And Zebasai indeed is the guy who walks forward first. Rib gets shot down, doesn't matter. Crits comes in, gets two, and he gets two, but is it gonna be enough though? It doesn't look like a jukebox.
Jukebox is on Maryland.
Nox full damage. No, he surfs on top of the pipe. You gotta be kidding me. The French medic survives by slit. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me.
Wow, yeah, that could have all changed around if Jukebox had managed to get our last rocket onto Nox, but amazing survival skills by Nox managed to keep them alive, and the rest of the Epsilon players actually out DMing the rest of the players from broder that were on the point. And yeah, that definitely guaranteed Epsilon in the middle managing to pick up his players.
Oh, I cannot believe that Nox managed to serve on top of that pipe. That was fantastic play from the French medic. As broder now being forced back, but Jukebox, the hero as he is, he's going to snipe from that forward spawn. Here he comes. Going to walk out, going to walk back in. Want to walk out, going to walk back in. He's going to try and wait for Nox to show up, but they're going from the right side, and Jukebox himself says, right, if they go right, there's nothing I can do here. So they're going to jump back. The one thing I do notice, though, is that Maryland, even though switching back to the crit streak, he's already on 95%. Is broder going to feel like defending this? Well, no, not the point, but they're going to hold this corner, though, Ali.
Yeah, they've singled Uber back in after Epsilon flashed a few of their players, but Epsilon have done quite a nice move, actually. They've gone on to last already. With the point capped and broder's Uber now run out, then this could be a fair fight for Epsilon, even though broder Uber later. Nice spam from Numlock to Mike, managed to take down both soldiers, and they're just going to clean up the rest of the players here. That was a really nice move by Epsilon made use of the fact that they had a slightly worse Uber to begin with.
And Epsilon sort of outmaneuvering broder there. Is that a fair way of saying it? Like, they just came from the side, and suddenly broder just realized they were a little bit out of position. Very unlucky for them there. Broder's probably going to have to try and actually pull this one back. This middle, they're trailing once again for the second time this game. They're trailing by 1, but broder already shown they know exactly how to turn the momentum around. Winning a middle's a good start, though. Numlock's actually getting pushed all over the map. Barely did not die there, but it's going to leave them in an unbelievably vulnerable position, and broder knows what to do with that. So far, it is a 2-for-2 exchange. Numlock has gone down, Nox has gone down. Really, all they need to do is keep Maryland alive, and Zebasai knows how to do that, as he gets 2 picks already on the players of Epsilon trying to assassinate him, and even gets the assist on a kill done by Bibbin. Very well played to broder.
Yeah, Jukebox really working it this time. He managed to get the Nox pick straight at the start of mid, completely surprised the Epsilon players. And although they went for Maryland, Zebasai did a great job, as you said, keeping him alive. And this should be quite an easy last push. I'm wondering if Epsilon are going to try and get the force onto Maryland. Maryland's staying really defensive though, but they might pick off Zebasai here because the rest of the team hasn't gone with him. That's not going to stop them much, but Maryland dropping is... Shocky going huge there. He gets picked off in the end, but that's not going to matter as Epsilon are going to come in and try and take this point. They're going to do it easily as well. There's only 2 players left alive at the moment, Jukebox and Rib. Wouldn't be surprised if Rib sets up a trap somewhere and Jukebox tries to come in for top. He does. He's onto the medic. No, he doesn't get anything there. Did Nox surf up to top there as Jukebox came down? That was a pretty nice move.
Nox been working on his surfing skills, I think. He's just went to some sort of American surf server and just decided, you know what, I'm going to sit here for the next couple of hours. He's been doing a very good job so far of staying alive against those deadly jukebox bombs that proved to be very, very valuable. And obviously, coming into this now, Nox with 100% Uber charge, going to be walking into mid. We've seen this scenario already, Ali, if you can remember, 2 rounds ago. We've seen this. broder last time managed to force Epsilon. Can they do the exact same thing again? It doesn't look like they're going to fall for it this time around, and broder's going to build up this Uber charge, get to 90%, and they're going to be able to have it before Epsilon is going to push their yard.
Yeah, Epsilon aren't aggressive enough to pick off Maryland. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I don't know, both teams are... Snake... This position on Granary, Snakewater between second and middle, is a stereotypical point for choke points. And with it being so close at the moment, only 2-1, I wouldn't be surprised if we're stuck here for a short while until maybe one team sends a soldier for a bomb. But, I mean, in these holds, scouts are often really close to their medics, so it might be difficult. But actually saying that, the soldier does come from right, broder's Uber gets forced off, and they're nowhere near the Epsilon combat. There's a scout in behind on Nox who eventually has to pop. But they managed to take off the broder play, and Epsilon are doing a really good job of sticking together here. Their combo is just in front of their unovered players. There's a scout who might be overextending. Rib's got stickies set up, but the scout is shooting the stickies. Wow. Rib forced back there, didn't want to get rushed.
Zebasai's still alive for some reason behind as well. I don't know, he's just taking absolutely forever. Now sees the soldier, shoots himself to a crate. That's great play from the Swedish soldier. As Epsilon's going to say, thank you very much. You might be a little bit too over-aggressive on that kill on Mike. I don't know if Mike got the force specifically or whether or not he just got caught off guard. Either way, it triggered the Uber from broder, but it was a little bit too early, and Epsilon's going to say, thank you, here we go, well, let's go and focus up on the point. And without killing the heavy, they managed to take that point, no problem, and an uncontested 3-for-1 so far to Epsilon eSports.
Yeah, aim please, Bibbin. That scout just ran the point and managed to cap it while dodging the whole time. Yeah, it's a pretty even map so far. I wouldn't say either team has run away with the momentum. Epsilon took that first round really quickly, of course, but they didn't really capitalise, and broder managed to get their round back quite quickly. But Epsilon have got 2 rounds on the trot here, so we'll see if it makes a difference in this middle. It's going to see who's going to be faster to middle, if it's Rib again, and yes it is. Both demos going top, but Numlock's being a lot slower this time. No frags have come out so far. That jukebox bomb comes in, but he gets completely denied. Similar bomb comes onto Maryland, but Maryland serves nicely. Gear is the first one to go down to Bibbin. Both teams are playing so passive this mid. I think the Epsilon combo might get caught out. They can't get out in time. Numlock goes down. Bash goes in, but he does buy time for the Epsilon combo to get out. Nox taking down Jukebox there. He went for the flank, but didn't get it. Zebasai's bombing in again. How low is Nox? He's 60 HP. Rib's coming in again. Mike goes down. Are they going to chase? Oh, Nox got out. Oh.
Nox was alone. His players kept getting killed over and over. He was like, stay alive, please stay alive. His players got killed, and at 96%, everyone from Epsilon had dropped to the floor, so Nox himself had to capitulate, and everyone from broder's going to rush this point, and Epsilon style-ish, they're going to be able to pick up this round 2-3. I got to put a note there down, Ali. The way Jukebox handled that denial from the scout up top. I don't know if you saw that. He jumped in, he got denied by the scout, jumped straight in and got a sick shot on a soldier, and just proved to be an unbelievable nuisance to the Epsilon roster there.
Yeah, he's going for a pretty, I'd say, predictable bomb each mid, but he's definitely getting things done and really putting pressure on Epsilon. It's good work, I'd say. But yeah, let's see if Numlock switches it out, and he does. That top rollout not working for him. He goes right side, gets a nice first sticky, but he's completely alienated at the moment. They haven't spotted him though. Only they start focusing now. That soldier comes down to face him, but already Epsilon have managed to get 2 picks, 3 picks. Rib and Zebasai down. They're very important kills, and now Merlin is having to back off with his Roma and a scout. Not ideal for doing much of a defense work here, and Epsilon are just going to stream forward, leaving one scout to cap middle. I think they should be able to get second without much advantage, as Merlin is still a few % off Uber. He might choose to come in here with one soldier, just single Uber and try and get the force out, and yeah, that's exactly what he does, but the force still hasn't come out yet. There's a scout coming to try and help, but they still haven't forced it. Sticky's being juggled. They do force eventually in yard. Not sure what the cause was there. Maybe a low soldier Nox was healing, but yeah. I don't know, maybe if he'd held a bit later, that would have been... They could have had a much easier last push, but, you know, they're pushing now.
Yeah, they're going to push here until last 6 versus 4. It is doable. It is doable. Jukebox is about to spawn. Gear goes down. It's a very important frag by Ribbon. It's down to the scouts. It's down to the scouts, ladies and gentlemen. But with Bibbin and his buddy Cookie actually still down, Bibbin could not manage to clean that one up. Usually in pushes like that, if the scouts can get a lot of damage done, it is... You're going to be able to hold, but Bibbin himself ended up going down a little bit too soon there. The damage did not get exchanged over onto Epsilon. They're going to pick this one up. A couple of quick rounds now, or we're going to be able to see a long one this time around. So far, Ali, the trend that I'm seeing, if Epsilon goes aggressive, they win. If they go passive, it's a little bit of a mixture.
Yeah, they had quite a nice middle last time. Numlock's gone the right side, which he's gone again this time. I don't think he's going to catch them so much off guard this time. He doesn't get a nice sticky onto Rib, and Rib just falls back to his combo. The whole broder team have gone right side, which is quite a nice move, as both teams have kind of gone opposite sides here, so they've got good ground, but the two aggressive... Well, I don't know if Rib was going extra aggressive, but 2 players from broder has gone down. There's a scout in behind, which managed to take down... Mike, but Merlin's going to back off quite safely now with the scouts, and hopefully they manage to go back and not contest. And if they save their Uber for last, I think they're going to have a much better chance of holding than for Ubering on second, because last time that really didn't go well for them.
And they're going to hold onto this one, though. Double scout, they're going to try. Can they get a pick? Yes, they can. Ooh. Can they get a second? No, they cannot. As Numlock drops to the floor, though. And that is okay. If they can just lose Cookie, that would still be a favorable exchange for the broder team. Are they going to try and block this? Zebasai comes from the top. He's not going to be able to block this. He's going to be able to spam this, though. Look at that. The damage comes down. 3 frags already for broder there, as Epsilon all just have to fall out and run for their lives. Numlock got a forward spawn, though, and it might prove to be very, very valuable. But I can imagine the Scandinavians are going to just rush the middle here up as fast as they can, because there's still a couple of players down from Epsilon. Keep in mind, though, 2 scouts, Shocky and Bash, they're spawning simultaneously. And I've seen firsthand, ladies and gentlemen, if 2 scouts spawn simultaneously, they're going to be on sync and they can do so much damage as soon as they reach the fight.
Yeah, speaking of damage, I think Mike is outdoing himself so far. We've got 12 minutes left in the game and he's already on 27 frags, which is kind of ridiculous, to be honest. In terms of team play so far, I'm thinking Epsilon have got things down to a better tee. They've got their scouts playing with their combo, which is really working out well for them, and maybe broder should do more of that if they want to have a chance. I'm watching now, this Uber has come out from broder, but it really hasn't achieved much. They managed to jump forward in yard. Zebasai's high up in the air. He gets caught out immediately from Numlock's pipes as they walk out. There's a soldier going aggressive on mid for Epsilon, but he's just going to come back as broder have players behind here, but Epsilon is just going to come back, pick them off really easily.
I'm so feeling for Maryland. You gotta run, bro. They're all gonna rush your middle here in just a little second. The Maryland's just gonna have to drop out and build with this team again. The score, ladies and gentlemen, is 4-2 at the moment in favor of Epsilon eSports, the current title holders in ETF2L Season 15. This is week number 3, obviously, at the very end. There's playoffs, but obviously this game is going to decide where people are going to stand at the end of the season. The road is long, and it's going to start here, where they have to face each other. And Epsilon eSports, so far, the better odds at getting this game done. But in all honesty, broder, they're showing they're not here to be messed around with. They're fighting for this, and anything can still happen this game.
Yeah, that could have been an easy push for Epsilon onto broder second, but they managed to use Numlock despite the fact that broder were 2 soldiers down, and broder have just been able to walk back into this mid. But it was a nice push by Rib. He just jumped all the way behind, got some spam back on as the rest of the broder team came in. The Uber's been forced out for Epsilon. Maryland's still sitting with his Uber. unfocused, as it were. It looks like he's just gonna, they're just gonna take right yard really easily. Epsilon have fallen back, giving them so much space. Shocky goes in for a play. I'm not sure if he was on the flank there or going for the combo, but he does get the force. That was nice. I didn't spot that straight away. There's a soldier trying to go aggressive top, maybe to bomb in for the medic, but no. Cookie goes down, and Zebasai now. Tides have turned. It's time for broder to fall back, and they're gonna get all the way back to middle, I think.
Ali, are you kidding me? There were 5 stickies on top of the point, and they didn't check. But Rib almost died. He went down to 12 HP because there was a sticky trap above the point. When is the last time you saw that work in a Premiership? I don't know. I think broder's sort of in a trance at the moment, and they're not checking the obvious things. It's a little bit of a slip-up, and I think Rib must have crapped his pants as soon as that happened. But they're going to be able to drop out of this one. There's an Uber advantage here for Nox, obviously, because he got forced a lot earlier. Broder not able to do anything with that Uber, and Epsilon's got to know they have a slight window here. And Mike himself's going to walk forward here, Numlock straight in his back, and they're going to see if they can manage to make play here. Going into the left side straight off, forcing broder back into their second point, and we're going to see an Uber versus Uber fight here happening around Z area, Ali.
Yeah, I just watched Rib. He had a sticky trap on left yard for so long that could have got killed, but these Uber advantages, these Ubers pops on right yard have slowly come off. They're one player each the whole time, but there's a soldier behind which manages to take down Miralin while the scout is distracting from front, and the rest of broder cleans up on the left side, and they're just going to push forward to mid. 3 down, although Miralin, as I said, did go down, so I think Epsilon are going to look to push back in. They don't have the players to do so yet, but I think they might end up slow pushing this in a couple of seconds.
Yeah, Epsilon is just going to have to wait a little bit. They know that broder's going to be looking to see if they can catch off Nox, though, but in all honesty, they don't have the players nor the health.
Both teams have gone super defensive, yeah.
Yeah. Broder's just like, okay, you know what, screw it, we're all on 100 HP, one rocket is going to kill us. Instead of killing ourselves, let's just go and stand all the way back and see if we can actually hold on to this middle. I like that decision, but obviously it's going to be very hard to hold on. They might let it go and just get the force onto Epsilon. Drop the hell back out of there. Nox actually dropped!
Wow.
That is great by Jukebox. Absolutely fantastic bomb by the Swedish superstar.
Everywhere.
And Epsilon is going to... Yeah, Nox is just everywhere. Oh, I love that. As we can just see little pieces of Nox all over the floors and the walls. As Epsilon is going to try and do the suicide that we were talking about with regards to broder. They didn't do it. Epsilon did. And they're going to pay for it as both Mike and Gear have gone down. And this probably is going to be a free second point unless they don't check the top of the second point once again. Are there stickies now this time around? No, they're not. And Bibman's just going to walk straight through. They're going to pick up the points. And an Uber versus no Uber push with Numlock going down. Surely we should be going towards 4-3.
Yeah, this should be quite easy for them unless Miralin manages to drop again. But with Numlock down, you can't see a trap he dropped to. The Uber comes in quite early, but if they manage to get their players forward, then they should be able to do well. Zebasai managed to get caught by Miralin, so he managed to take down Nox and Shocky with no problem. Bibman taking down Shocky, actually, sorry, my mistake. But there's only one soldier left alive now, one spawner, and yeah, that was a really nice push by broder there. They didn't take too many chances, popped Uber early, caught up with themselves, and really did a good job.
Let's have a little bit of a listen to broder, shall we? 4-3 down. We're looking to get this going.
Stand right.
I will push far right if you...
I'll come top now.
Okay.
The same plan.
Wait, which side are we going? Top?
Yeah, go top with Gus and then drop on the demo if he goes left.
Yeah, okay.
I'll go top as well then.
Scout top.
I'll just jump them.
Can I jump them,
Demo took
left side.
70 from me left.
Jumping.
One scout on right side.
Many
Come
down
on.
me.
Gus
Go
me.
down.
I'm down. Scout.
Scout down.
That makes one time as well though.
Two solids moving forward.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Nox has gone down, Miralin has gone down, ladies and gentlemen. So, during that entire exchange, I think, obviously, broder's not going to be happy with that exchange, but still, both medics have gone down. Anything can still happen, and both medics now have gone crit streak, Ali.
Yeah, we've still got 6 minutes, so there's plenty of time for broder to even concede a round and then push back twice, but I think they're going to be looking to push off this last. Nox did go down, as we say. That bomb from both of the soldiers I saw went really well for them. There was a it did mean though that the rest of the Epsilon team could come in and pick off the rest of the broder team that had been left behind, but all in all it's not too much of a loss really, because we've got the stalemate situation again and neither team really has a disadvantage. But I don't know, I think broder are definitely on the team that we'd go to if you wanted to hear hype. Often very calm players.
Blocked, you gotta hit the crit stick, here it comes! Oh my god! He's barely going to scrape the edge, and Miralin does end up going down. And Epsilon gonna have a very, very favourable exchange. Numlock and Nox have gone down. It is down to the individual fragging power. And look at Tompa and Bibsy going absolutely detrimental useful as both of them pick up double kills here.
1v1.
Rip versus Mike. Rip versus Mike. Can
Mike
he do it,
60
Ali?
HP, Rib 70. Is he gonna get it? The cat's so close. Really got forward. Mike gets it. Wow.
You gotta be
Oh my
kidding
god.
me. The sticky scraped Mike there and barely is not going to be able to hold on to this one. 13 HP is the difference between 5-3 and a 4-4 scenario. And ladies and gentlemen, Mike is down. Mike ended up killing himself.
Mike is
and
far
he's
too
not
excited
spawning.
for this.
It is a 6 versus 5.
Yeah, Epsilon opting to park the bus in yard at the moment. I'm not sure how excited he got there, but clearly too excited. Just spamming his taunt bind so hard that he forgot he was pressing it when he went to equalize. Yeah, but no, that was ridiculous. Rib choking maybe had a lot of opportunity to kill Mike, but neither of it matters now as broder have to get 2 rounds and they've definitely got time still to do it. Mike dying is definitely going to give them a better chance in this as they're now pushing into yard. Both teams are on Uber charge, so it should be a relatively even hold. Epsilon have opted to go right here, opting to push from right into the combo. They've single Ubered, but broder are going to single Uber back, and they've got a much better Uber at the moment. It's going to last a lot longer. They're going to force the Epsilon combo back. There's a soldier that's gone into the rest of the broder players. I'm not sure if that's a wide move. He gets picked off, and the broder combo comes forward and picks off Mike, but the scouts are there, and they actually destroy the soldier from broder had come forward. Mirror tries to back out, but he's not going to get it, and the Epsilon scouts are just wrecking havoc here. Finally gets taken down, Bash, but Shocky cleans up with the pistol. And that's going to be a wipe for broder.
I think Quad Pistol's going to be history from that one onwards. The Shocky Pistol as Rain picks up 3 by doing that. And look at that, Nox is just going to deliver Shocky and says, I'm out of here. Just going to go back to safety. And as Shocky sees the players from broder come in, they're going to like the exchange that they've just had. They have a 30% advantage. They managed to just waste time from broder once again. And Epsilon so far looking very, very good this game.
Yeah, with the disadvantage and only 3 minutes left on the clock, it's hard to see broder managing the push, but they need to come now, and they are coming now. That soldier gets launched by Numlock Sticky, almost gets knocked actually, but then the rest of the Epsilon team all focusing that soldiers meant the scouts have managed to come in and pick Numlock. It's not going to matter though, as I can hear the fuzz of Nox's Uber, which does get popped off, and none of the broder players are going to be able to go forward and go for the cap. Jukebox is the one who goes behind, but he's going to be easily spotted. Epsilon have now moved on to mid, going to cap it off quite easily, but I think if Epsilon sent all of their players back for that one soldier, he's still alive actually. The medics, they're healing Mike.
They're just wasting time. Like, in all honesty, Ali, they're wasting time. Look at that. Jukebox is still alive. Now gets shot down. It took him 4 people to just chase the guy around. And in the end, he does end up getting taken down. It is a 5 versus 6, but an Uber versus no Uber. And Marilyn and the rest of his team are going to launch forward. broder's Zebasai going down. That is not a good one, I can tell you that. And Cookie and Bibbin are going to have to do massive work to get it with Rip. Rip gets 1, but the 1 obviously is not good enough. They're going to be able to pick up the point most likely, but the point is really not what broder wants. What they want is that final point. And Cookie and Bibbin once again raining complete havoc, and Nox going down on 98% as well. You gotta be kidding me.
We were laughing about this, but there's still 2 minutes left, and this is still entirely possible. If Mike can clean up everyone again, he can't. It's 4-5, and there's what,
Nox
2 minutes, 4 seconds left. Nox has died. Sorry, go on.
Let's listen to Epsilon, ladies and gentlemen, shall we?
Go for it.
Shouldn't have gone back in.
Yeah, we shouldn't have.
I don't
But,
know,
like,
say go back in, so...
Concentrate! Yeah, but I didn't think you were all coming bottom left with me.
It was a try, so... Right side, okay.
Yeah.
Where is
Watch out for both. I'm gonna sticky top left to
Sticky
flank
stop.
friendly.
West
Both
west
sides
them,
me.
west
Wow.
Go back. Just
Get
go
out.
back. Just get out. We don't
They
have
all
damage.
push right side this time.
Let's go down.
Nice, good up.
Right.
Get yard.
You're probably
Skip building, Mike, come go back.
Did you hear the complaining at the start, Ali?
Yeah, I heard they're complaining. They're getting stressed.
I've never heard Epsilon do that during a big game. I've never heard them do that, but they complain. They're like, oh, we made mistakes. We should have done this better. And it shows that this game is both very important to them And specifically, it is not the most important game because they're still allowed to take criticism from each other. They're still worrying about it.
Well, they've got nothing to get hyped about at the
100%
moment. They're only
here.
under pressure, and they got forced back. Numlock died in first mid, and now Uber's have been popped off in second. That soldier jump top is going to distract a lot of players, but the Uber soldier jumps back up to get him. The scout comes in and helps Jukebox as well. They need to get frags here, Broder, if they're going to win, have a chance of winning this. But Epsilon are piling over the point. I can't see this going Broder's way unless they get a back cap, but there's no one going for it at the moment. Epsilon are going to 40 seconds left. It's still possible with only a couple of players alive, and it's going to be hard. They're just going to back off of the cap. They're really going to play this defensively.
They're
going to try and
4.
peek again.
They have a downward advantage, Ali. It is doable. It is absolutely doable. But Rib is going to have to take 1, maybe 2 players out purely by himself. He's spamming. He's not hitting anything. And Rib drops to the floor. And that is going to be the nail in the coffin, as Rib himself was the guy to look out for this one. But with 17 seconds left on the clock,
Miriam's got Uber.
Epsilon's not doing it. Epsilon is dropping out of here. They're running for their lives.
10 seconds left.
They
The
need
Uber
to
comes
cap.
in. They've
They
got
need
too
to
many
cap,
players
Ali.
alive. They need to get on last point. Epsilon players are just going to stand there, but they're going down. They're all going down. No, Broder. Broder, you nearly had it.
Oh, Broder had it. There was a chance, ladies and gentlemen, but they're not going to take it. The scout, Shocky and Bash, blocking that second point forever, and the 5-all is not going to happen. And just before the game, Ali, we were talking about it. This could be a close one. This could be a tie. We could go to golden cap, and Broder barely didn't manage to do it. But on Granary, again, a single cap difference loss. The exact equal thing we saw in the Season 14 Grand Finals. Very well played to both teams. This was an absolutely fantastic game. And you know what? We're going to have 30 minutes more of it. We're going on to Snakewater, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back here with Epsilon eSports going up against Broder, a rematch of the Grand Final on 2 maps of the Grand Final, where they're as good as in the Grand Final. Stay tuned.